Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you are watching a new Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, is my co-host Trav. How you doing today, man?
I'm good.
Hey,
Chilling.
It's always good seeing you, man. It's like, you know what time it is.
Look at me.
I'll give you a compliment here and there.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? It's not like I can give you a compliment right now on Facebook because I'm banned.
You
know what I'm
banned.
saying? So it's like I can only do it right now on Zoom.
On Zoom.
Right
Shout
here
out to
on
Zoom.
YouTube. And today we're doing a review for season 4 of Castlevania, the finale. And joining us on this review are the Hylands. This is the first time that we've had a couple up here. And just to let everybody know, I was a guest on their podcast, Deep Lore, where we talked about Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Black Sun, the Day of the Black Sun.
Yeah.
So, hey, make sure that you check that out. I'll make sure that I have the link in the description for that episode. So, hey, guys, how you doing tonight?
Great.
Yeah.
How are you?
You didn't introduce their names individually, bro. You grouped them.
Well,
these are individuals. They're their own.
I know,
person.
but I wanted to. It's something that I've been thinking about all day. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just wanted to say the Hylands because it's like we've never had a couple up here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.
I just watched Highlander, the movie, the first one.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it.
Damn it, I love it. Raiden, Lord Raiden, back at it.
I've never seen it either.
Oh, so good.
I know.
Hey, well, Tom and B, as you guys know, we've had B on our podcast before. We've had her up here on our YouTube videos, and she's an awesome person. And then we have her husband Tom, who is an awesome person. And I got the opportunity to chat with him on Deep Lore, which was fun. But me and B, we teamed up on him. So hopefully, Tom, you might have some help today with Trav. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So
I think I'm gonna need the help today.
You might.
What it
you
is.
might.
Probably.
You might. So before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So is everybody ready to go?
Nope.
All right.
Let me ask you this. What if I'm not ready to go? Do we just not proceed? What happens?
Well, the three of us, we would continue to talk, and then
I could chime in.
Yeah, you could just chime in, like if you need to go to the bathroom, or if you even if you wanted to go lay down in bed and come back. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure we'll still be talking.
Okay, cool.
All right, well we'll see you later, Trav. Thanks for joining us.
Later.
Bye. Good night.
But no, he really left. Oh, okay, so it's just the three of us.
All right, cool.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Hey, that's right.
He's
back. I never left.
Oh, well, Trav, hey, thanks for coming back, man. We appreciate it. So, like I said, we're talking about Castlevania season 4. It's the final season, and I was hooked from the first episode.
Of season 4?
Of season 4, yes. Yeah, I was hooked. It started straight off with action. I know that season 3 got a lot of complaints from fans because they said that it was too much talking. It was too story driven. But I'm the type of person where I love a good story, and I do love action. But it's like with this, it's like there was a mixture of story and action, and I thought that they did a really good job. I want to start with our guests first, starting with you, B, since you're a former guest up here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Like, how did you feel about the first episode and just seeing the start of Castlevania season 4?
I thought it was fantastic. I love the pacing of it. I love that it started from like a couple weeks ago, and then we kind of like built up to something that kept me really, really interested. It gave me stuff to like look forward to. It was like, oh wait, what's going to happen next? What is going on here? And like the tension between the characters, immaculate. It was great.
Yeah, I agree. Tom?
Well, I want to preface this by saying I've never played a Castlevania.
Oh.
So for any of your viewers, take this with a grain of salt, I guess. But I loved the whole show up to this point, and I really liked the first episode. The skeleton fight was like one of the first things we saw, and that was amazing. We could see Trevor eating dirt while Sypha's kicking ass. as usual.
Yeah.
And that it just was like, okay, yes, this is the dynamic I know and love. Let's get some more of it.
Now, to piggyback off of what you had said about Cypher kicking ass, I thought it was cool when it's like she started cussing, and Trevor was just like, well, when did you start doing that? And she's like, it's because I've been around you for so long. It's kind of like with me and Trav. It's just like, because we've known each other for so long, it's like some of me has rubbed off on the Trav. Like, sometimes he does praise JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but a lot of times
I praise Rohan. All right.
Yeah, Hey, it's a start. It's a start.
You have to start somewhere.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. But Trav, like, how did you feel the first episode? Because I know the first episode of season 3, I know you trashed it, but the first episode of season 4, like, what were your thoughts on it, man?
Well, first of all, my eyes already twitching and getting watery just thinking about this damn show. Yeah, but you're right though. I ain't got no complaints on episode 1. It started out fire.
Mm-hmm.
I was pissed that Netflix kind of screwed me over because it started me like halfway through season 3, and I was like, this shit's boring as hell. What's going on? And I don't know what happened. So then, I figured out that I won't actually watch in season 4.
Yeah,
I had to go back. And fire.
Yeah, and what's crazy about that, because I remember me, you, and D, we were talking about this, and the same issue happened with me as well, where it's like they had me on the first episode of season 3, but when I clicked on play, it was for season 4. So I just thought it was weird that they had me watching season 3, because I was just like, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel like the epic start to season 4, man. But I loved how on the first episode they set everything up moving forward. When we see Isaac, he's with one of his demons, and it's just like they're just like, well, why are we sitting here rebuilding the town for? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are we rebuilding it for? I love Isaac's growth from season 1 till now. Everything that he's been through to being hurt by the person that he loved to, becoming one of Dracula's like top men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love his story, and for him to, become like this master. What are they called? Forge masters. Yeah, to become a master forge master, and to like have like this army of demons, and his quest to pretty much fight Carmella, you know what I'm saying? And to whoop her ass. Now, this is a conversation that me and D had. If he didn't have those monsters there with him, Carmella, she would have won.
Obviously.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, Tom, let me ask you, Isaac, like overall, like start to finish, like how did you feel about his whole overall arc?
So I'm a little mixed because I love Isaac to death. I think he's really interesting. He's cool. Just all of his lines are just like dripping with like weight. Like he's just like, he doesn't do anything half-assed. But like I can tell that the writers, there's a very like reductive view of like what religion is. And it seems like a lot of times they're like, religion is bad, when they're really just talking about like mainstream Christianity, which I'm not a fan, to be clear, but like I also think they paint too broad a brush when they're talking about that stuff, and it just kind of makes it feel like, I mean, this would hit harder if you weren't talking out of your ass.
Yeah. No, I agree, and like that's one of the things that I love about this show is that it's like they bring in like real world aspects, like how you were just saying about like Christianity and whatnot, but it's set in their world. And something that like in a lot of series like Castlevania or Dante's Inferno, it's like you see that the Christians are always the most evil people on these shows. Like I remember like on season 1 when the pastor, when he had turned the whole town against Dracula's wife. I'm mad I can't remember her name right now. Lisa. Yeah. When he turned the whole town, and I thought it was cool when he got killed, when the demons came up in the church, and like he thought that they was gonna protect it, the church was gonna protect him. It's like, hell no. Like it's like, you did wrong. it's time for you to go. Trav, I wanted to ask you the vampires that showed up, Varney and Ratko.
Right.
And I thought it was interesting, these two different vampires. Like, what was your take on them?
Hey, well, let's set the record straight, man. This show got nothing but fire characters. Let's let the truth be known right here. Yeah, I think they do a good job of bringing in different people too, from like season to season, and giving them like their own personality. Some of them really don't got like storylines, like talk about it. They're just like a pawn to the bigger means. But yeah, I don't even know where I was going with this, to be quite frank with you, bro.
No, you're fine. B, I wanted to ask you this because this is somebody that we haven't talked about yet, but Hector. Now, remember, in season 3, he got screwed over. I mean, my man's been screwed over since season 2.
Fact.
Oh my God, my poor boy.
Literally in some ways.
And to like, honestly, like, I wasn't expecting to see him just walking around the castle, just having a good time, like
totally at home. Totally at home. He owned it. He was just kind of like, I'm here. This is my castle now.
So what was your take on like just seeing him walking around the castle and placing stones in the cracks on each floor, and just pretty much he was just living the good life. I mean, he was a slave, but he was living the good life. Like, what was your take on all of that? So
I kept saying, like, don't count Hector out. Like, he's gonna come through. He's gonna be something amazing. I absolutely loved him from the beginning. I mean, he's a sweetie pie, but you can only push a person so far. And I absolutely loved his relationship with Lenore. I thought they were like really sweet, which I did not expect at all.
I agree with you on that.
But they had such chemistry. They had like inside jokes. They were like, they had banter. I was just kind of like, this is good. This is good material. I love this.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, man.
Absolutely.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like, it feels like Lenore, like, she does care for Hector, but at the same time, it's like she has to follow Carmilla's, because she's the leader. She's the leader of the council of the Council of Sisters. So it's like in a way, she's protecting Hector, because like Carmilla, she wants results, but Hector, he's just like, hey, I need this hammer, and I'm not talking about MC Hammer, and it's like, I need this hammer so that way that I can use my abilities to the strongest of my abilities and whatnot. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but
and hey, they a better couple than Trevor and Cypher.
I wouldn't say all of that.
Definitely.
No.
Definitely.
No.
A different kind of compatible.
Definitely, especially at the end.
Yes.
I wouldn't say all of that.
Oh my gosh. I have so much to say about Lenore as a character and how her story ended. But I think we can get to that later, but like, remind me.
Just
the whole rant.
We're full spoilers, okay,
full
right?
spoilers.
Oh, for sure. Hey,
what are you new here, sir?
Hey, what
it's
are you
full spoilers.
Hey,
Banks don't care about anybody.
We do? It's like, this is what we do here.
Just wanted to double check.
I know.
So I just wanted to piggyback on the Hector thing.
Hey,
he said the word.
Said the word. Pee Wee Herman, baby.
What?
Pee Wee's Playhouse. That's our word of the day.
Tom.
That's the word of the podcast, bro. Come on.
Piggyback.
Okay.
Piggyback.
Well, great.
Okay.
Shoot. Now I lost. Okay. No. So I thought seeing Hector at the beginning, it was kind of like, oh, he's surprisingly at home.
Right.
Like I can see that. Yeah, he's the kind of person who gets adjusted to his new conditions pretty quickly. But then, like 2-3 episodes later, when you find out this massive undertaking to revive Dracula is all being organized through and around him, and he's talking to all these people, and just so casually, just like, I'm gonna call this person, boop boop in the mirror, like, oh hey, here's his calculations you needed, and it's just like,
it was really interesting seeing how his reach kind of extended everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every
And he talked so calmly. Like,
Yeah.
He was just so like in control, and I was not expecting that. I loved it though. It was there's a lot of twists in this I didn't see coming that I wouldn't have asked for, but I'm glad they gave me.
Yes.
Now, this is a twofer, and
Twofer.
and what direction I'm trying to go here.
mm,
But we see Alucard, and also too, we have Miss B, who is cosplaying as Alucard, and your cosplay is fire. Thank you for dressing as
Thank
Alucard.
you.
You're welcome. Now, Alucard, we see that he's in the castle. He still has the bodies of the twins
right.
on his front lawn, and this dude just rolls up on a horse. He's dead, and he has a message tied to his hand saying that we need help in our village right now.
Right.
And Alucard, he ends up going to the village, and
Mhm.
he ends up protecting the villagers. And when he does this, he meets Greta, who
That's
is pretty
right.
much in charge of the town, and
No, she ain't pretty much.
she's trying to, protect everybody to the best of her abilities. And who shows up? Who appears in this town? Saint Germain.
Saint
And I was just like, okay, like what's he doing there? You know what I'm saying? Because the last time we saw him,
Oh, you know what he doing there.
The Infinite Corridor.
yeah, he was in the Infinite Corridor, and he's looking for his lover. And then we get a backstory on that where, we see how he meets her. I don't know if he ever says what her name is or not.
No.
No.
Okay, he doesn't. I couldn't
And
remember.
she don't ever speak, right?
She never
until-
speaks at all. Like
Right,
they just show the flashbacks.
She
And what
spoke
ends
at the
up
end,
happening-
right?
No, she's not dead.
I thought she
No.
spoke to the dude.
She spoke at the end, I thought.
Oh.
Maybe.
No,
Oh,
no,
No,
she
that doesn't
didn't.
matter. Fine.
No, the Infinite Corridor just closed, and he saw her, but she's not dead. What ended up happening was they found a way to get in there, and
I never
ended
said
up-
she died, bro. You mishearing me.
No, I thought somebody said was she dead?
No.
No.
I asked.
Okay.
I said at the end. I thought she finally spoke at the end. is what
Oh
I said.
no, she didn't say anything. Like as he was sitting there laying down dying, he saw her, and then
Right.
she just turned, and like that was pretty much the end of him. But no, I mean, like I thought it was cool how he was in there. He was talking with the alchemist, and the alchemist was just like, if you want to see her, then it's like you have to give me souls and whatnot. And that reveal at the end where the alchemist, we find out the alchemist was one of the vampires,
Mhm.
and which vampire was it?
Varney.
Barney. It was Varney, and then we find out that the alchemist was actually Death. And
I was so excited about that.
yo, Go ahead.
They foreshadowed it too. Like
Exactly.
the statue of Death, and like anyone who played the game, you know that Death is a recurring boss character. Like I kind of expected Death to show up at some point in the series, and I'm really glad that they came through like that. I thought it was cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
I knew as soon as they started off the season with the skeleton
Yeah.
dudes, death was coming.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I thought it was interesting because that was something at the start of the episode, not the episode, the start of the season, where it's like they were trying to resurrect Dracula.
Yeah.
That was their plan. They wanted to resurrect Dracula, and as the episodes proceed and go on, we see that they are going to make a hermaphrodite, and they're going to put Dracula and Lisa in the same body.
That
And
was so fucking weird.
it was weird. It was weird as hell, man. And
But
it's
well,
like,
hey,
go
let me
ahead,
ask
Trav.
you a question. Y'all can clarify. Why were they trying to resurrect Dracula?
so the reason why Death wanted to resurrect Dracula was if Dracula was back on Earth and he was inside the body with Lisa, he wouldn't be able to stand himself because they're in the same body together, and then he would go on a killing spree. And while
That's
he
so
does,
dumb. That is
while
very
he
dumb.
does, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but for Death, this is what he wants. He
I know, but
wants
that's
more
dumb.
souls.
But that's dumb.
You're not
That's
wrong.
Story writing wise, that is stupid. Like,
I really feel like it would have been enough just to bring him back.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't need to. Yeah.
We didn't need like the whole hermaphrodite thing.
But if he just kill himself,
that was weird.
But if he could, like, let's bring Dracula back so he continues killing people because I'm death and I want that. Like, that's enough of a motivation.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need to add like the uncomfortable
Carmella's body.
Well, also too, why wouldn't he just, if he can't stand himself that bad, why wouldn't he kill himself instead of other people?
Yeah, you think.
I don't think that he would kill himself because like him and Lisa, they were in the same body. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if he was to kill himself,
he would kill Lisa.
So
he would just spend eternity killing other people.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, they made it seem like he would basically go insane right away.
Yep.
Which
was what was happening.
Yeah.
Because it's like they were both in the same body, and it was weird because it's like you knew when it was him and you knew when it was her because it's like he would have the sharp teeth, but when it was her screaming,
it was weird.
It was weird.
It was weird. It got really weird.
That's someone's take.
I usually like weird. It was not a good weird.
Yeah.
But before we talk about what happens there, something that I wanted to bring up, which was a really awesome scene, was when the two sisters of the council, when they were on the battlefield, and then the one chick, she was like, "Hey, get in the coffin. The humans are here for us."
Yeah, that was fire.
And she had put on that armor.
What do they call it? The day armor?
The day armor.
Yeah, that shit was heat, bro.
So cool.
It was so cool, man. Yeah. And she was just out there just killing everybody. What was her name? Striga. She was out there like just and what's crazy is I was watching this at the gym. Like at the gym, I was just like, I don't care who sees what I'm watching. And it's just like she was just slicing and dicing everybody, man. And it was go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh no, it was an amazing scene, so much gore, so much blood. And then the rest of the vampires came out there, and one of the things that Striga and Miranda, they wanted to get away from Carmella. And that's the thing. It's just like everybody that was under Carmella's thumb, they wanted to get away from her. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to, I guess, rule the world like how she wanted to. I thought it was also an interesting scene where she kept on mentioning, old men. Like, it's like, I took this from old men.
Well, and that's her gimmick, though.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, go ahead, B.
Just something interesting I kind of noticed. Pretty much everyone that survives to the end, their only desire at the end of it is just like peace. Like that is just their end goal. And I think it's interesting that everyone who wanted peace eventually survives and gets it. I think that's neat. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, because like, look at Lenore. It's like I ended up thinking that her and Hector were gonna, I thought that they were gonna, just spend. I mean, well, not eternity, because it's like Hector, he is human. You know what I'm saying? I did think that they were gonna.
She could turn him, right?
Yeah, she could have turned him. But I thought that they were gonna have a life together. But it's like you got to remember, like Lenore, I think she said she was 500 years old or something like that.
Look, she had enough,
and she had she's seen everything, So she didn't want to be. Oh, go ahead, B.
Oh no, I hated her death, but I absolutely understand it. It just, I was really pissed about it for a minute, but like Tom pointed out, like she was able to make that decision for herself, and that's something she like hasn't really been able to do, like is make decisions for herself, because she's just been following everyone else. And that was the one decision that was entirely hers. And I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
I have to see the sunset one more time. Or the sunrise.
Yeah.
Sunrise.
But I mean, it's also too, I mean, like to get back to Greta, I feel like her being in Alucard's life, like it was able to help him, trust people again, because it's like we see what happens in season 3 when he tried to trust some people.
The twins,
the twins, and let them in the castle, and they tried to kill him.
Kill him.
I love the relationship that I saw, building between Alucard and Greta, and this is the final season, so we're never going to see if there's ever going to be any more.
You don't need to see more, though.
Yeah, but like, you can see it, and and he needs that. He needs. I mean, because I felt bad for Alucard from from
Yeah.
season like after they defeated Dracula, because he was alone. You know what I'm saying? He was in that castle. He let the twins in there. They betrayed him, and it's like he didn't trust humans. So, Tom, I wanted to ask you, that whole battle that took place at the castle at Castle Dracula, Castlevania.
Castle Dracula.
Hey, it is the Castle of Dracula, and it's
I
Castle.
like it.
Yeah.
Hey, so Tom, like that whole battle that was setting up the ending of this series, like what was your take on it, man? Like, did you think that it was going to be that intense? Did it remind you of the battle from season 2 when they invaded Dracula's castle?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was kind of really interesting because, you know, in season 2, the good guys are invading. And in season 4, the good guys are defending the same castle. So the roles are reversed. But the whole thing with all the monsters and the different things, like to me, it wasn't really interesting until Trevor and Saiba showed up. But when they came in with the magic and the whip and Alucard, like, did he cry? I think he cried.
I feel like he cried. I don't know. He was.
I just think he was happy.
Yeah.
He's a happy boy.
That was so sweet. He was so happy to see them again, and that was just like that. That was my favorite part of the battle. Honestly,
the gang's home.
Like all the action was perfectly well done, but it was just like that emotion was like, yes, that's it. That's what I need.
It was nice.
And
yeah,
it was satisfying.
It was, man, when Alucard, because what I loved about this was that it looked like they were about to lose. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
absolutely.
And what's funny is when I was watching this, I was just like, damn, like who has it worse? The normal people in the world of Castlevania or the scouts and Attack on Titan? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you had to choose, would you want to be a normal person in Castlevania, or would you want to be a scout in Attack on Titan? I mean, like, you're gonna die either way, but I mean, I feel like you have more of a chance of surviving in Castlevania, probably.
Maybe.
I just don't want to get eaten alive.
I disagree. Yeah. I'm rolling with. I'd rather be a scout.
So you rather get eaten by a Titan?
Well, first of all,
for a scout, it might be a quicker death.
Your boy ain't getting eaten by nothing. No vampire.
Hey, you a scout?
No Titan. Hey, that don't mean I'm getting eaten. You're trying to tell me not a single scout
right.
survived?
Hey, no, you're right, Trav.
I know. Thank you.
No, you're right. You're not going to get eaten. What's going to happen is the Beast Titan is going to come up, and he's going to throw a bunch of rocks at you.
That's probably going to happen to you.
And you're no, because
that's really not that bad. Just being smashed real quick. That's not.
That's what she said.
I'd rather
choose your words.
And I'd much rather take the smashing than take the biting.
Okay. I mean, they're not always getting bitten in Castlevania. Sometimes they're
take the slicing. How about that?
Yeah, sometimes they're getting
keep
sliced.
My limbs intact.
Sometimes, like when whatever that type of monster was, that was shooting like those huge energy balls at.
Choose your words wisely.
It's like my thing is like when I see these people, I'm like, why are they just standing there? Like. It's like, don't they see, like, it's a monster below you that's charging up, and you just like, yeah, guys, we're gonna shoot arrows at it.
Because they're fighters.
Nah, I mean, you can be a fighter and still defend yourself. See? I mean, yeah. you saw on My Hero Academia where we did the review where Beastman, he had told Kirishima and what's his name, Kaminari, that it's just like, you know, sometimes as a hero, you have to run away so that way that you can, you know, plot your next move. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just standing there, like, it's like these dudes, it's like they just standing there and they died. But, you know, I loved that they were about to lose, because the whole time I'm just like, when are Alucard, Trevor, and what's her name, Cypher, when are they gonna reunite? And when they came through the mirror, and I was like, the big three are back together, and like they just started kicking ass. It was such an epic moment, man.
Hey, that's a meme right there.
What, the big three?
Yeah.
Now which big three are we talking about?
Bro, there's only one big three.
And that is Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and Pokemon.
Yeah, no, sir.
That's what Devin said.
I don't know who Devin is, but I don't care. Oh, Devin Hahn?
No. What's the dude that is always saying stuff on my post?
Dustin.
There we go. I'm sorry, Dustin, but yeah, you're wrong, bro. I'm sorry.
You're wrong, bro.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, it was cool seeing the three of them back together. Trav, what was your take on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know, bro. I could give a shit less.
For real? You weren't
Yeah.
hyped? Okay, well,
No,
I'm gonna
hyped.
skip you. B, what was your take on it?
What, when they were reunited?
Yeah, when they reunited and they were kicking ass.
Okay, the way that they framed it was just so nice with them on either side of him. Just
Uh-huh.
like they have his back, and that was so
And his front.
amazing. Okay.
Okay.
And you know, I know we kind of skimmed over this part, but
I mean, I ship it. OT3.
I ship it too.
Definitely OT3.
Mhm.
Oh, 4 now with Greta.
4 now.
mm,
Oh,
Greta,
that's
the
that's
great-
even better.
the greatest female character in the show, in my opinion.
Uh-uh.
I didn't get
Cypher.
to say that. I didn't get to say that earlier.
I love
Bro,
Greta.
Cypher kind of whacked though, for real.
Nah, I like
What?
Cypher.
What makes her good? What makes her appealing? What does she do?
Everything.
Hmm.
Everything
I'm so-
that Trevor can't.
I'm surprised.
Well,
that
Trevor
she didn't
garbage
get
too.
back from carrying the trio. Like, jeez.
Trevor is uber garbage.
I mean,
Uber garbage.
but that's what makes him hot.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
true. Yeah,
He's a trash man,
he's
and we love him.
Trash
he's
man.
a garbage man. I love him.
Hey,
Now,
well, Banks knows what I do with the trash. I take it out.
and Trav is the trash man. Now, I wanted to bring up the one vampire, Ratko, the Russian one. Like, he was a badass. Like,
Eh,
when Trevor, when they had invaded the Underground Railroad, like I called it, it's like, yo, he was killing everybody, and like the fight between him and Trevor. That's one thing that I loved, is that you see the weaknesses of the main characters. It's like, you know, sometimes
Bro,
you watch
that's all
series,
Trevor got his weaknesses.
but that's what I love about him. But
You
we
love that
see-
he always gets run through every single battle.
Hey, he didn't get run through in the end though, and
No,
that's
he
what
didn't get
matters.
run through. You didn't
That's
even
what
get
matters.
you didn't even get to see it.
I saw it.
Nah, they cut it off at the end. You
No,
don't
they
really
didn't.
know how it ended until he rolled up on the damn horse and finished
he was
telling the
alive.
story.
He
Like,
won't dead when he rode up on that.
Bro,
horse.
nah.
He was just like, I don't know how I survived.
Yeah, exactly. Me neither. Me neither. As a viewer, I don't know neither because they didn't show us.
Well, they're gonna show us when they're gonna show us when the new Castlevania.
Nah,
comes.
there ain't no new Castlevania.
No, there is gonna be a new Castlevania.
No, there's a spinoff coming. Warren Ellis is in the doghouse right now. Okay,
Why is that?
some sort of allegation.
he's a predator.
Yeah, he's a predator.
Oh,
He's
wow.
been
Yeah.
grooming girls.
Wow.
They actually they
He
kicked
draked
him
them.
before production started on season 4.
Right, but he still wrote this show. Like he still wrote
had
this
done,
season.
Yeah, he had done all the scripts, so they just like kicked him off, and they're like, okay, ours now.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it changes the show for you.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at other things that happen in the show, and it's real suspect, bro.
No, I get what you're
It's
saying. It's
real
kind of like who was the person that just has, like, somebody just got caught. Oh no, what is that movie? Jeepers Creepers, for example. Like, I had just watched this video that
Oh,
killed
the director.
Yeah, the director of Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, like
Right.
the dude was a pedophile, and
Yep.
it's like when I found that out, I was just like, yeah, I'm not watching these movies anymore. Like,
I don't take it that far.
No, bro. I'm good on that, man. Like,
Well, everyone has their own comfort level.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. And I'm not saying you shouldn't watch him. I'm just saying, me personally,
you gonna watch them.
right? Yeah, I'm making a joke that him being a groomer made the show bad. I'm just like joking. He's garbage, but that's not
Yeah.
what made the show bad to me.
Yeah.
What about season 4 didn't you like?
Yeah, try.
Well,
Yeah, let's hear it.
So first off, I'm on my island all by myself, right? I brought my Wilson. I'm on my island. I'm
So
all
that's
by
what you
myself.
got with you. Okay.
I'm all by myself, and I'm gonna keep
Wow.
Wilson right here with me for the rest of the podcast. So I got some company. Look, I was already disengaged from season 3. I don't think the storyline's bad. What I think is that the dialogue is boring. And when there's so much dialogue in season 3 and somewhat season 4, and it's so boring to make it through, it kind of really kills where they're going with the story for me personally. Now, once we got to like episode 7, I was on board, because then like we're wrapping it up and you got all this badass stuff going on. But it was a brutal watch, dude, for me, from episode like 2 through 6. It was hard for me to get through them. And again, I still feel like you had the perfect formula with season 1 and 2, with there being 4 episodes and 6 episodes. Going up to 10 episodes, to me, it was a little too lengthy for what they were trying to tell, in my opinion. I just thought it was way too many episodes.
See, I love that they gave us more episodes in season 3 and season 4, so that way that they could draw the story out, and that way that they could fill in all of the loose ends. Because I feel like with this show, like especially with season 4, it's like they wrapped up everything, and this was one of those shows where it's like everybody had a happy ending. You know, I wasn't expecting to see
not everybody,
but I wasn't expecting to see Dracula and Lisa. Like, that's another thing. Like, well, how are they alive?
Yeah,
it was weird. Like, remember they said, yeah, we just woke up in the field, but it's just like, how are they alive?
Because he didn't know what to do, so that's what it was.
I feel like there's got to be like buried in dialogue somewhere something about alchemy or failed whatever infinite corridor experiments. Like, there's an explanation in there, and I just don't have the patience to rewatch it right now to find it. So I'm just kind of like, cool.
Yeah. I was just kind of like, okay, magic, I guess. Moving on.
The power of true love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the only way that we can go with it right now. I mean, like, overall, I thought it was a good season. You know, I enjoyed every season, and if I had to rank it, for me, it would be season 2, season 4, season 1, and then season 3 for me. That's my ranking for the series overall. How about you, Tom?
I have not given any thought to ranking them.
That was weird. I didn't see you doing that. So like,
hey, well, that's what I do. I mean, because
I just like it. I don't know. I feel like season 1 and 2 are kind of their own thing, and season 3 and 4 are also. I mean, that's like
1,000%
post Dracula.
1,000%.
They're both doing very different things, but I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
Just they're doing different things.
Okay. B, I mean, do you have a ranking for it, or
2, 4, 3, 1?
2, 4, 3. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I didn't really think about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Trav, do you and Wilson, do y'all have a ranking?
Yeah. Probably. What you think? Yeah, me too. Probably like season 2, 1, 4, and 3. Okay. 3 is god awfully boring to me.
I don't understand how people say that. I mean,
I don't understand how there's so many people who say that. Well, if there's that many people saying it, then there's got to be some weight to it.
I liked it because I really enjoyed the Vampire Sisters and what they had going on, and seeing all that goodness with them. So that's why it is above season 1 for me.
The Harpy Ladies.
I love
And then, I mean, like, just seeing the ending where it's like you find out that the judge was really, like, he was killing kids and stuff. Like,
did not expect that.
He was not a good person. And
wasn't that unnecessary though? Like, did we need all that?
No, but I mean, it goes to set up, because I like, you know, after I watched the Castlevania seasons, like, I look up the references and stuff, and
there were so many.
Yeah, there's so many references, and like the judge, he's an actual character in the video games, but like, he's already, I guess, like a monster or a demon or something in the video games, but it's like they said that the judge, like, is the same person that the character is in the video game in the monster form. Now, and I will say that I was disappointed that there weren't any JoJo references in this season, but I do
appreciate. Notice.
There. Well.
Was there?
Oh, Tom.
Catch
No. Sorry, I was thinking of season 3.
Yeah, season 3. The mask was the stone mask was in season 3, but I remember, because Trav and Deet are not huge JoJo fans, and I remember
that's an understatement.
when I had brought it up that, the stone mask was the stone mask from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that I can't remember, I think it was the Netflix Twitter account that had said that we want to have a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure crossover with Castlevania.
That was
I'm
stupid.
just like, that would have been epic, because the Infinity Corridors.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Exactly. Exactly. And it's like, they didn't even have to be like in a full episode. They could have just shown like there was a room and the door opened up and you just saw Dio and Jonathan. That's all I wanted to see.
You could have just showed like the interior of the Joestar Manor. That would have been enough for me. Exactly. They could have gave us that. You know what I'm saying? And like that anime is already a stain. It's like they could have just inserted that in there. But no.
Speaking of references in the Infinite Corridor, this was going around Twitter, but I guess one of the games there's a skeleton bartender, and they put a shot of him when in the Infinite Corridor in season 4 when they're like zooming through all these different places, like I think looking for Dracula. Yeah, you see the skeleton bartender in there for like a split second.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back and watch it again, especially like the
Castlevania.
Yeah, well,
bro, you got that whole list of stuff you ain't watched. You gonna go back and watch this?
Hey, bro, I watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure all the time.
Exactly, and that's why you got this list of things you ain't seen.
Hey, B, she had posted on Instagram that she had started watching Phantom Blood again. I was just like, yo, I just started watching it again too. Like,
hey, is her list of unseen stuff as long as yours?
It might be
huge. But I will.
That's what she said.
Too much JoJo instead.
It's like you can never go wrong with JoJo, especially too now. Season 3 is going to be coming to Netflix next week, May 26th. My favorite, yes, my favorite part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, is coming to Netflix. Yes, and I told.
Guess who won't be watching it?
I told Trav and D, I'm like, how can y'all say that y'all like Rohan, but y'all aren't going to watch the season that he's on?
You have to watch season
How can you tell me to sit through part 1? How could you tell me to sit through part 1 and part 2 and hoard all the good shit? You hoarded all the good candy and was like, you can have the Jolly Ranchers.
You can't be a part.
Sir, I can do whatever I want.
I
watched Dragon Ball Z before Dragon Ball. I can do whatever the fuck I want, sir.
Whoa,
that's
language.
Right. It's getting for real this time.
Language.
Me and Wilson have had enough.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna ask everybody this, and then we can wrap this thing up. Starting with you first, Tom. 1 through 10, what is your overall ranking of season 4?
8.
That's a good score. I like that. B.
I'm gonna give it a 9. It did everything that I wanted it to do. A couple things that I didn't know that I wanted it to do, but it was flawed, but not that flawed. I was quite happy with the conclusion.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's a high number. I
was very happy.
Well, look, season 4, probably 7. I give it a 7. I definitely ain't give it a 9 like IGN. IGN got the audacity to give this a 9 and give Falcon or Winter Soldier a 6 or whatever it was.
They gave it
the
overall
audacity of these guys.
Yeah, they gave that a 7. But they also gave Spiral a 3, and Spiral was good. It was really good.
Good. What? How was it?
Good. Yes. But yeah, so, for me, I'm giving it a 9. Like I said early in this review, I was hooked from the first episode. I never got bored watching it. Every episode, like, you had your story, you had your action. All of the characters were on point. The new characters who they introduced, I enjoyed them. And yeah, overall, I just thought it was a good way to end the show. And
hey, what'd you rate it?
A 9.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I tuned out for a little bit.
Oh, this guy.
Gotcha. Hey, I want to say though, the animation was top, not like top tier.
The music was good too.
Oh yeah, the music was great, but the animation, that might be the best animation Netflix has had for a quote unquote Netflix original show. I mean,
whatchamacallit, Blood of Zeus had really good animation.
really
And
good,
it's the
but
same-
not at this
It's the
level.
same. It's the same. Yeah, I mean, but
Not
of
at
course,
this level.
this is the finale. So I feel like they wanted to go out with a bang. But I mean, now the next thing that they have coming out is the studio. That is the He-Man show that Kevin Smith is doing. So
And that chain looks
Cannot
fire.
wait. It looks so good.
So good.
yeah, I can't wait to
Yes.
see this, man.
2
I've
more
always been a
months.
fan of He-Man since the Cartoon Network show, like
Mhm.
back that was on Toonami back in the day. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to this. And with that being said, thank you everybody for watching our video review of Castlevania season 4. Hop in the comments, let us know how you felt about the season. Did you like it? Did you hate it? And yeah, we'll talk about it with you. Thank you to the Hylands, B, Tom. Thank you for joining us on this review. Let everybody in social media land know where they can find you guys at.
I'm on Twitter at Pizza Drummond. That's Pizza DRAMON.
You can find me on Twitter at QueenBethyB. You can also find more of my cosplay content on Instagram at b.bethy. Our podcast is Deep Lore. I also have another show. What?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Our podcast is Deep Lore. I also have another podcast called Is This Podcast a JoJo Reference? And I just started a new show that comes out every Wednesday called No Time to Binge. So check that one out too.
Nice. Trav?
Are you gonna thank me too?
No.
No. All right.
I'll thank
What
Wilson.
about Wilson? I was about to say, what
I'll
about
thank
Wilson? Hey,
I
thank
thank
him.
Thank you, Wilson.
Thank him. That's right. Good boy. That's right. You can find me on the Instagrams at ZK Audio and on the Twitter at TRAVIOSZK. And since this hero's been banned from Facebook, where they gonna find it at now?
You can
Where they
find
gonna
me.
find you?
Yeah, you can find me. You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And then you can look me up on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, I don't know who I'm going to contact because I'm banned right now. And Mr. Zuckerberg, he has me on the block list.
Rightfully so.
Make sure that you check out some of our other video reviews that we have on the channel, and make sure you check out our interviews. And we'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Keep that pinky up. Stay positive. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday, and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.